everyone, my name is 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐦𝐚. I am a fellow member and a representative as well as a presenter for our primary English group project. So for our primary English project, we prepared a poetry display. But before we dive too deep into it, I would like to properly introduce my members first. So this is Fiona. She is my fellow member and also a spokesperson for our group. My other members are Bruce, Arthur, and Duda. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So first, I would like to talk about the preparations that we did for our project and as well as what we included in our project. So from the beginning, our intention was to transform poetry into something experiential rather than just informational. Instead of presenting poetry just as text on paper, we wanted to create a space that feels inviting, imaginative, and interactive, especially for younger readers who might find poetry a bit intimidating. So let's start with 𝐏𝐫𝐤𝐦𝐚. So on the left side, we designed 𝐏𝐫𝐤𝐭 Corner, which focuses on the 𝐏𝐾𝐫𝐤 poem. 𝐏𝐾𝐫𝐤 poems are poems that rely heavily on word choice and imagery, so we made sure the explanation of the pattern was very clear and easy to follow. To further support this, we also used strong imagery like water, fire, and earth to show how even a limited number of words can still signal and communicate meaning, action, and emotion. This section is very important because it demonstrates how even a limited number of words can still communicate deep meaning and emotion. It also shows us how 𝐏𝐾𝐫𝐤𝐴𝐻, though short and structure doesn't restrict creativity, but instead it guides it. By following the 𝐏𝐾𝐫𝐤 pattern, learners learn how to think carefully about nouns, adjectives, verbs, and feelings that they use, which strengthens their descriptive language skills. By also looking at the imagery shown here, learners can learn how to imagine the poem, which also makes the learning more concrete and memorable for them. Next up, I would like to talk about limericks. So on the right side, we designed Limerick Lane, which has a completely different tone and purpose. So, limericks are traditionally playful, energetic, humorous, and performative, so we wanted to express that by including brighter tones and colors and also expressive illustrations. So, next up, I would like to deep dive into the history and also the origins of these two poems, which are limericks and 𝐏𝐾𝐫𝐤𝐴𝐻. So for the first part, my partner Fiona will be speaking about 𝐏𝐾𝐫𝐤𝐴𝐻.
The 𝐏𝐾𝐫𝐤𝐴𝐻 is a short structure poetry that was developed in the early 20th century by an American poet called 𝐏𝐫𝐤𝐴𝐻. 𝐏𝐫𝐤𝐴𝐻 was deeply influenced by classical poetry, especially Japanese haiku and tanka, which focus on brevity, precision, and emotional intensity. And she also believed that the poetry did not need to be long to be powerful. So she made an experiment with creating meanings through carefully controlled rhythms and syllable word counts, and as a result, she created the American 𝐏𝐾𝐫𝐤𝐴𝐻 poem, which has 5 lines and also has strict syllabic patterns of 2, 4, 6, 8, 2 syllables per line. The structures allowed the poets to build towards the centrals of ideas and then end up with sharp and often emotions and often emotion conclusions. And her 𝐏𝐾𝐫𝐤𝐴𝐻 will often explore themes such as mortalities, nature, and fleeting moments, reflecting both on her modernist influences and her personal struggles with illness. Over time, Dancing came evolved beyond the 𝐏𝐫𝐤𝐸's original forms, and the educator and the poets adapted it into different variations, such as didactic singings, which focuses more on word counts and part of speech rather than syllables. And also today the singings poems is used widely in educations because it encourages clarity and creativity, and then concept expressions. And also while it's still honoring to its own original form in modernist poetry.
The limerick is known for its distinctive 5-line structure and 𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐴 rhyme scheme, as well as its strong and bouncing rhythm that makes it suitable and ideal for memorization and performances. Although the limerick has existed in spoken form for centuries, it gained widespread popularity in the 19th century through the works of Edward Lear, an English poet and illustrator. Nowadays, the limerick is used in education because it teaches students and encourages creativity, rhyme, rhythm, and also humor. It is also remaining as a popular form of entertainment due to its lively and mischievous nature. Thank you everyone for listening to our presentation. We all hope that you've enjoyed it, and also hopefully you learned something new from our presentation about poetry. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.